One, we're done. I think we did mulligan. Interesting. Both transmute artifacts, but no artifacts to pair with it. This hand could just get run over. There's some nice things about this hand too, though. This hand also isn't necessarily going to lose to Stifles and Wastelands. Like, we can crack this immediately and grab a basic, then play another basic, then play this. This hand could draw very well against Delver. Again, like, I like that the mana is very much, except for the Underground Sea, very protected. And if we draw any cheap artifacts to pair with these transmutes, this hand's actually very powerful. It also has the one of Misdirection. It could get run over. This hand could get run over, but I'm going to keep it. So I think that there's a couple of factors that... The fact that it plays around Stifle and Wasteland so well, and that's something I worry about when I play Tezzerator against, you know, 4 of Wasteland, 4 of Stifle decks. If it's a daze, we don't fight. If it's a force, we do. It's that simple. If he's not fighting here, it means he has the Abrupt Decay as well. There is so much emote love in the chat right now. Costone says, "Science rules! Take my energy!" Is Square 2 is your deck a Sylvan Pluck Eureka hybrid? It looked like Eureka hybrid to me. We'll let him answer that one though if he comes back. I wonder what's making him take so long on that decision. That worries me a little bit. He was very much faster game 1. And he stopped chatting with me too. Not that that's suspicious, but I'm gonna go back to the deck list for a moment. Right, you had both Eureka and Order. Yes. Just Eureka, Ugin, blow up all the Delvers, yay. Yeah, that Ugin seems actually really cool right now. Okay, he's stuck. We stuck it. This probably means Abrupt Decay. Therapy. Another Chalice. Okay. He's just land drop go. Because if he has the Abrupt Decay, he'll fight here. And if we lose this fight, we have to deploy another Chalice on one, probably. A lot of these Abrupt Decay players don't have to worry about this card because it's so very expensive, and the only reason we have it is you guys. You guys helped me with a lot of generous donations a couple summers ago to get misdirections. So, Bug Delver players will not really be used to playing against the misdirection. They may be aware of it if they play a lot of paper, but because of its expense on Moto, a lot of players actually just don't own even a single copy of misdirection. It kind of gives my Tezzerator decks an edge actually on Moto. Just because we have this single card. But it's... I wonder why he stopped talking with us, and I wonder... I don't know. I hope he's not ghosting. I don't think he is, but part of me is like, why is he all of a sudden playing a lot more slowly? Okay. Currently 106 tickets, says Talented. Sylvan? Okay. Well, we're in good shape so far. Now, this might be days. This might be a huge misplay, but we said we were just going to slam the golem anyway, remember? We have to win this game to go to the next one, and our clocks are pretty close. Okay, he did have the days. Unfortunate. Alright. See, I'm not necessarily... I don't necessarily want to slam the second Chalice. Like, what are we transmuting for here? Am I transmuting up another golem? Am I transmuting up a crucible? What am I transmuting, you know? He took pain on the library. Okay, that's scary. What am I transmuting for? I guess that's what I need to figure out. Bridge. Explosives. Strix. Alright, Peasy. Now, Peasy would be a reason to slam Chalice on 2, but he also had the counter for that. Explosives could clean up a Pyromancer. Alright, Tezzeret. Okay, so if I do play Chalice for 0, what am I getting? Strix? It's not really good enough. I really wish I had the Tabernacle right now. It's very good against Pyromancer. If Strix isn't terrible, I could also get the Thopter Foundry. Like, against Delver, you really just want to assemble Sword Foundry. Foundry Sword. Maybe Bridge might be a fine distraction while we try to get the Tezzeret on the table. Million Little says, what is this? Actually, I think I'm 1 mana short of that play, though, aren't I? Yeah, I'm 1 mana short. I'm a mana short of all of these plays. I can only really go get either Explosives for 0, Welding Jar for 0, Foundry, a Strix, or Sword. I don't know. We're not winning this unless I draw. Like, we're not winning this unless I draw more into the deck. So it actually might just be grab a Strix. Kami says we can get 2 drops or less. True Factor says just Chalice on 2. You could also do that. Now, here's something that's cool about Transmute Artifact that actually plays really well around, because this is already resolving. The extra mana cost, I do believe, happens after the transmutes already happened. Like, his moment for his dazing, I think has already happened. Although it might it might not supposedly need to resolve like that in paper. But I think there's merit for Strixing. We haven't found either piece of the combo. There's merit to Strixing here. There's merit to Strixing. I mean, we need more lands if we're going to win this, period. We have a Tezzeret that's stuck in the hand. Isn't that neat how that works? Yeah, it's Transmute Artifact. So it kind of plays around days. A lot of people don't realize that. Did you see how that worked? Spawn, do I think this deck would befriend some Hangerback Walkers? Maybe. Stasis says I should run a Smokestack. Stasis guy, this is your deck. This is your deck. I don't know this deck, so I can't say. Luther says I think you get one of the 2 combo pieces to try Spike Land. You could also have done that. Yeah. I mean, now we can rouse Zarek, the young Pyromancer, and then we can Tezzeret the Seeker to find the pieces. I think that's just safer. Use Ral as he hasn't seen the Tezzeret. Like, if he has another Daze, I'd rather not run Ral Zarek into that Daze. If he has a Force, he has a Force. I just love Ral bolting. Most creatures in Legacy die to the Ral bolt. The exceptions are going to be Tarmogoyf, quickly, obviously, True Name Nemesis. Those are the two big ones. Most other creatures in Legacy died, or well, Gurmag Angler now. You get the point. There's a lot of different creatures in Legacy. There's a lot of creatures that do die to the Ral Zarek bolt. You get the point. I also could have Ral Plussed in the first main. Um, and then try to go for the... He doesn't have enough mana for Hardcast Force, though. So I think I'm just getting in for one. He didn't float. Him not floating makes me think he's really just got nothing. A mage who has something would probably float. How does the transmute work? You mean this one? It's a very powerful card in Tezzerator because it plays around soft permission. There's a lot of soft permission in Legacy. It plays really well around Flusterstorms and Dazes and Spell Pierces. Not that you care about Spell Pierce because you usually Chalice that, but I actually made a mistake in my sequencing. Since he's an Abrupt Decay deck... Oh, nice, he didn't see it. Yeah. I was supposed to get the Welding Jar first. I was supposed to get Welding Jar first before getting the Foundry, by the way. I made the mistake there. Because if he had Abrupt Decay, he would have used it on the Foundry. I was supposed to Tezzeret tutor up the one of Welding Jar first before going for that play, by the way. He's an Abrupt Decay deck. I could have done that a lot better. But we did take game 2. I kind of want more Lodestones. But yeah, I feel like our matchup against Delver gets a lot better after board, and it is a lot better now that we've reincorporated Strix into the deck. I miss that card. It's just too good to not play. Actually, you know what? I mean, Chains is nice, but he's on the play this time. Raven says, how does this combo work? You know, it feels good. Vendilion Clique with Chains, yes. And a lot of that keep was just because the mana looked stable. We had a lot of fetches. Like, this is his game to get us, by the way. Actually, since he's on the play, I might need to shrink the deck down a lot and go to the Forces again. Just to try to stick the Chalice. Like, we may just not be able to stasis lock this Delver player. That's the dream. We just may not be able to do it. Like, we may just have to make this game about getting Chalice on the table and protecting it. And then just winning with the Walkers. We may not be able to stasis. Period.